Fashion as social expression. Fashion is one of the most expressive forms of human behavior. It is not only about clothing or style, it is a social language that communicates who we are, what we believe in, and where we belong. Through fashion, people express identity, personality, culture, and even emotions. Every outfit carries a message, whether it is a symbol of tradition, power, rebellion, or creativity. In simple terms, fashion is a mirror of society. It reflects our choices, values, and the changes happening around us. From ancient times, clothing has represented much more than protection from the weather. In early civilizations, what people wore was linked to their status, profession, or religion. Kings and queens dressed in silk and gold to show authority and wealth, while priests and monks wore simple robes to display humility. These choices were social signals understood by everyone. Even today, uniforms such as police attire, military outfits, or doctors' coats represent social roles and responsibilities. Fashion is, therefore, deeply connected to how societies organize themselves and how individuals fit within them. Fashion also changes with time and reflects broader social transformations. The style of every decade tells a story about the people who lived in it. For instance, the loose dresses and short hairstyles of women in the 1920s symbolized freedom and progress after centuries of restrictions. During the 1960s, colorful clothes and long hair became symbols of youth rebellion and peace movements. These changes were not only about fabric or color, they expressed a shift in values, attitudes, and hopes. Fashion is like a visual history book that captures the emotions and spirit of an era. Sociologists such as George Simmel and Pierre Bourdieu have described fashion as a social phenomenon. Simmel believed that fashion exists because of the balance between wanting to belong and wanting to stand out. People follow trends to feel part of a group, but they also modify them to express individuality. Once a style becomes too common, it loses its uniqueness, and new trends appear. This constant cycle keeps fashion alive and evolving. Bourdieu, on the other hand, viewed fashion as a form of cultural power. He argued that clothing choices often show a person's social class, taste, and education. Expensive brands, elegant tailoring, and designer labels often represent wealth and influence, while other forms of fashion, like streetwear, express resistance or creativity from working-class cultures. In both cases, fashion defines social positions and helps people communicate belonging or difference. Today, the fashion industry is a global force that shapes economies and cultures. Fashion weeks, magazines, and social media have made style a universal conversation. Through platforms like Instagram or TikTok, anyone can share outfits, start trends, or even become famous. This has made fashion more democratic, but it also creates pressure to follow unrealistic standards of beauty and success. The desire to look perfect has turned fashion into both a source of confidence and anxiety. Fashion also reveals cultural diversity. Traditional clothing, such as the sari in India, the kimono in Japan, or the shalwar kameez in Pakistan, connects people to their heritage. These garments are often worn with pride to celebrate identity and history. When traditional clothes mix with modern styles, they create unique expressions of culture in a globalized world. This blending of old and new demonstrates how fashion adapts to social change while preserving cultural roots. In modern times, fashion has also become a tool for activism. Many people use clothing to express political or environmental messages. Slogans printed on t-shirts, eco-friendly fabrics, and second-hand clothing represent growing awareness about sustainability. The slow fashion movement encourages people to buy fewer but better quality clothes to reduce waste and protect workers' rights. By choosing what to wear, individuals can take a stand for justice and environmental responsibility. Fashion is also deeply tied to gender and identity. For centuries, societies divided fashion into men's and women's styles. However, modern designers challenge these boundaries through unisex clothing and gender-neutral designs. People now use fashion to express their authentic selves rather than fit into traditional categories. This shift promotes acceptance and celebrates diversity. It shows that fashion is not limited by biology or tradition, it evolves with the idea of freedom. Media and celebrity influence have made fashion a symbol of aspiration. When famous figures wear something, it often becomes a global trend. Movies, music videos, and red carpet events inspire millions of people to follow particular looks. Yet, this power also reinforces inequality, as luxury brands are often associated with prestige and exclusivity. At the same time, street fashion born from ordinary people's creativity has challenged elite dominance. It represents authenticity, youth energy, and real-life experience. Fashion also highlights the relationship between the rich and the poor. While luxury brands dominate headlines, millions of workers in developing countries produce clothes under harsh conditions for very low wages. This contradiction exposes the darker side of fashion. Consumers are now becoming more conscious of where their clothes come from, leading to demands for ethical production. Fair trade and transparent supply chains are becoming important parts of responsible fashion. Urban life has made fashion an everyday performance. City streets act like runways where people express themselves. Street style, hip-hop fashion, and casual wear reflect individuality and creativity. They tell stories about communities, struggles, and dreams. Through these styles, ordinary people participate in shaping the global culture of fashion. At its heart, fashion is communication. It speaks without words, expressing personality, mood, and beliefs. The color of a dress, the design of shoes, or even the choice of accessories can tell a story about a person's background and feelings. Fashion helps people connect, differentiate, and interact. It can create unity through shared trends or division through class and taste. It is both personal and collective, showing how individual choices relate to larger social patterns. Fashion continues to evolve with technology. Virtual fashion shows, digital clothing for avatars, and artificial intelligence in design are reshaping how we think about style. Yet, despite these innovations, the essence of fashion remains the same. It is a reflection of who we are as individuals and as societies. It captures our creativity, contradictions, and continuous desire to express ourselves. In conclusion, fashion is more than fabric and color. It is a symbol of social life, a reflection of culture, and a tool for identity. It reveals the human need for expression and connection. From royal garments to streetwear, from handmade fabrics to digital design, fashion remains a living language that tells the story of humanity. It expresses our history, our emotions, and our dreams for the future. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the meaning of fashion in society, please like and subscribe to the channel.